So I'm out doing chores this afternoon. Piper's playing in the water and Renly's sleeping. It's pretty hot out. It's gonna be noisy because I'm in the chicken coop now. I wanted to do an update on the chickens real quick. So I did that hatch over Easter, and we got 8 out of that one. That was just our first experimental hatch, and that was really super early, so fertilization wasn't great. But anywho, so I have moved those chicks out to the big chicken coop. They're 6 weeks old now. Yeah, they're 6 weeks old now. And so I want to do an update on them. I am going to sell 3 to a friend, but they're in the big coop so that the babies that just hatched that I have left are going to go into the tank in the garage. They are actually in there. I moved them today. So I'll show you these. And yes, they are unfortunately locked into the coop again because I only have 12 chickens left. They started getting picked off again. My big black rooster's gone. I still have Caliker here, my chocolate Orpington. These are Piper's 2 chickens that she has named. So I only have 3 buffs, 3 silver laced, 3 gold, blue laced gold, I think. Blue laced, red laced, I don't know. Wyandottes, and then my big Orpington mama, and then my chocolate Orpington rooster, and then Elsa is an Easter egger, but she lays brown eggs. Anywho, so then here's the babies. So I just have, my goodness, I just have this old dog kennel set up. It's kind of in rough condition. It's been put through the works, but it works really well for like baby goats in the yard or chickens. So the deal is they can go through in and out of these holes, but they can run in there to get away from the big chickens. That's not saying the big chickens can't just jump over the side, because they could if they wanted to, but it kind of deters them a little bit and gives the little ones a safe place to go. And they've been in here for a couple days, so they're doing good. They have their own food there in the corner, and their water is right there. It's empty. I need to refill it. So they have some food over there. They're doing good. So this is what that, like the red laced, that's kind of what they turn into. So that's kind of fun. She had the little red head. And then I do have a blue one over there in the corner. And I do believe they are both hens. So you can see this one's a rooster. That one right there, those are roosters. Which I will end up keeping. I'll keep all of them for now. And if I decide I have too many, I'll just eat them. They do grow pretty well to a good size to eat. That's why I like them. It's really fun to see how their coloring is turning out. So I kind of know what to expect from my little ones too. I'm really glad I did this early hatch. Sorry, I'll refill it. So there we go. I'm not upset that there's roosters, because since I'm down to just Caliker, wherever he is, oh, he's behind me. Since I'm down to just Caliker and he is brown chocolate, it'll be good to have another color of rooster running around too. He's so cute. Hi. I used to have my old rooster, Brutus. I had him trained to eat mealworms out of my hand very nicely. I bet I could get there with him really easily too. That's why I love Orpingtons. Aw, kisses. How sweet. You're in love. Okay, here's the Hot Mess Express chicks. They just got moved out here this morning. Ugh, water's a mess. I didn't want to set it up on anything because I didn't know if they could reach it or not, but I'm gonna have to. And they've got shavings and poop all over their brooder. But there they are. So since my chickens got pretty picked over, I decided I am gonna keep a bunch of these. Definitely the little blue ones, and looks like I need to move their brooder up so they can get under it. Definitely the little blue ones, and probably some of the red ones, and then the kind of splash colored ones, right, this one right here. But with that said, I do still have like 23 left. So I could sell a few more, that'd be okay. Let me fix their brooder plate, hang on. Okay, so I did just move one end up to the next level. That way it's kind of slanted. They can get a little more heat at one end, a little less heat at one end. So they might will get under it easier. The shavings might have been kind of deep. What I need to do is go through them and figure out exactly how many I have left for sale. Okay, so I am turning this flower bed into a perennial herb garden slash, we're just gonna call it a perennial bed, because this is the area behind my house next to the porch. Just right in the backyard here. And this is a flower garden. It was my grandma's flower garden basically. But the only things in this garden are these 2 giant peony bushes and then this implement. It's a ripper, or something, a plow, some kind of something. I'm not even sure what it is. Anywho, it's not movable. It lives here with the peony bushes. But there's nothing else here. There actually used to be some daylilies right here, but I tried to move those because they were like looking rough and they were too close to the cement and they were kind of starting to grow over. So I had to move them and they did not make it. But anywho, so what I'm doing is I am turning this into a perennial herb garden. I should videotape the process, but I'm not going to because I don't know what I'm doing and it's going to be a lot of me standing there looking at it going, what? Last year I did tear up all of the fabric that was under it. Clearly you can see I'm not good at this, and so I tore all of it up and replaced it and put new wood chips down, and I hate it. I am halfway tempted to rip out the weed barrier because it just doesn't stay down. I put staples in it and I put like 2 inches of wood chips on it, but then everything blows away and it got washed away and down my sidewalk with this last rain we got. So I just am not happy with it. I don't like it, but I'm gonna just try to dress it up and make it look better for now. So the goal is, last year I planted a few things here and there, marigolds and pansies and a few just annual things. But back here where this post is, this post, this one, and this one, I planted 4 hostas, and they have tried to come back up and the chickens keep sitting on them. So you can see one there, there's a little one coming up there, and there's actually a little tiny bit of one coming up right there. I do not see my 4th one anywhere, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant some, I got some irises, and so I'm gonna put the irises in between those. I got some daylilies, and the daylilies are gonna go along the front of the bed, kind of in the middle area, just along there in a few clumps. And then back here in the middle here, I want to put a bay leaf plant. It's like a, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a miniature tree basically. Bay laurel, I think. Yeah. So I want to put a bay laurel there eventually when I find one, and then coneflower in the front, echinacea, and then 2 lemongrasses on the side. And then that is a little rosemary. It's probably gonna go right up here. And then I'm gonna put a boxwood basil. A boxwood basil over here, and a couple other kinds of annual basil. I do want to have some area for annual plants, but mostly perennial. So that is a perennial that actually almost looks like the lavender. That's actually lavender. That was a rosemary. I do have rosemary inside, but that looks like the lavender. So it actually will go over here. This is a rough plan of what I'm doing. And then maybe a couple more herbs over here. And I got some amazing tarragon. I think I got a giant tarragon plant and some chives. So this is just going to be filled up with different kinds of herbs. And then I do want to have an area over here on the corner and save it for, I want to put a, ooh, kind of happy that thing died because that's where I'll put my lilac, is right here in this corner. And then this little area is going to be saved for violas. Violas. Yep. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. And then this area, just more herbs. I want this space to be full, but I want it to be low maintenance, not low maintenance. I don't want to have to plant it every year. I want it to come back on its own, and I want it to be vigorous, perennial is the idea, hardy, but I also want it to be productive and pretty. So trying to figure out where things go so that, you know, height makes sense and flowering versus, you know, more leaf type. That's kind of where I'm at. So this is the project before, so I know what it looked like. And hopefully I have a good after at the end of the year. Okay, I'm gonna go through this really fast. So I got a lot more done than I thought I would. All right, I have a boxwood basil. That is an annual, so I will have to replant that every year if I want to keep it. A lemongrass here, a lemongrass there. Those are tender perennials. We'll see if they make it or not. I'm hoping to put bay there. 2 Cheyenne Spirit Echinacea. Those should be perennial. I'm going to put rosemary there, oregano about right here. Don't have those yet. I did put 3 daylilies here at the front. My big peony bush. A thyme. This is supposed to be a perennial. It is a silver edged thyme, so it's kind of pretty there. Some chives. I just got those today at the plant sale. Some French tarragon looks super sad, but hopefully perks up. Got that today at the plant sale as well. Over here, I have 2 kinds of lavender. They're kind of lined up with the sidewalk. So the top one there is a perennial. It is actually Elegance Snow. So it has some different colored flowers. And then this one is just a basic lavender annual. This area right here is reserved for violas. And then I did put my irises back here along the back with my hostas. So there is a good start on the herb bed.